Hi, it's Izzy, and today I'm going to tell you some life hacks for your Duke of Edinburgh expedition. So I'm someone who's recently completed their DOV assessed expedition, and it didn't go as badly as I thought, as I'm somebody who has never gone camping and I'm not an active person. So I asked my friends who I did the expedition with for some tips or things they wish they'd known before they started, and I'm going to share those tips with you to help your expedition run as smoothly as possible. Now, my first tip is a very important one. You need to make sure you have a good, nice, big, substantial breakfast. You may just think, oh yeah, I'll just eat some leftovers from dinner the night before, or oh yeah, I'll just have a pain au chocolat. No, you're going to be walking 12, 18 kilometres a day, and that's not going to fuel you. Obviously you'll have food along the way, but breakfast is so important because you want to start at a good pace so that you don't have to stop as often for snacks, and the less you stop, the further you get. Also, if you have a good meal, your brain will be working better, so your map reading skills may be slightly better and you're less likely to get lost, and so you won't waste energy on going the wrong way or waste time. You definitely should have a cooked breakfast. I had one of them porridge pot things. They're really good, and you think, oh, that's not very filling, but it is, trust me. And some people like cooked some sausages and stuff like that, and I think that fueled them. But yeah, make sure you have a substantial breakfast, otherwise you will probably feel ill after like an hour that you start. Another thing, your clothes will get trashed. If you're not going to go and buy stuff especially for the expedition, then you might just end up taking some of your favourite sweatshirts just to keep you warm and cosy, but it's not a good idea. You're going to be going down narrow little paths with lots of spiky leaves. You don't want anything that you don't want to get ripped. Although saying that, if you get stuff that's specifically for expeditions, they will be hard wearing and won't rip easily. But if you just wear everyday clothes, then they are not going to cope as well. Also with shoes, make sure your shoes are not too small because otherwise you'll be in so much pain. If you're going to buy them in Vans, make sure you get them a size too big. That's what I did, and yes, they were a bit big for me, but I only got one blister, which is saying something because some people were like their whole foot was just like, ah. So yeah, I would highly recommend that you make sure your shoes aren't too small before you go. Also, things like fleeces, I took 2 off, but I think maybe I only should have took 1 because really, anywhere you can, you want to cut down on what you're taking. You don't want to be carrying any more weight than you need. Saying that though, make sure you have plenty of food and water because otherwise you might die, and that's not going to help you pass your DOV expedition, is it now? Learn how to map read. Now, you should be taught this as part of your training, but if you don't understand that, spend some of your free time just, I don't know, watching YouTube videos on how to map read, because honestly, you will regret it so much if you are just there, your whole group are lost, they say, hey, where do you think we should go? Look at the map, but you don't even know where you are. It's not gonna go too well. Also, you'll be planning your routes, so you'll need to make sure you know what contour lines are like, because you don't want to be accidentally going up a really steep mountain unnecessarily, because that is bad. A lot of people have a bag liner inside their big rucksack, but I would recommend putting all your stuff in like 4 or 5 carrier bags so you can take things out your bag nice and easy without making a massive mess everywhere. So let's say there's something at the bottom of your rucksack you need, I don't know, toilet paper, which you really should put at the top. But you won't have to be putting all your food and all your pieces of clothing just on the mud. And if there's a bag check, then you can just take things out in 4 or 5 carrier bags. I'd have one of clean clothes, dirty clothes, one of food, and then I had my sleeping bag, my toiletries, and cutlery. And then I could just pick it out in all those parts and then it'll be fine. Also, make sure you look at the weather, especially if you're going to be doing an expedition somewhere not that close to where you live. For example, we went really far down south, so we thought, oh yeah, it's going to be raining. No, I wish I took more sun cream because I did catch the sun a bit that weekend, although I did take some, which is more you could say for other people. So yes, make sure you look at the weather because you don't know whether you're going to be sweltering, drowning, freezing, you name it. Also, make sure you take 1 or 2 spare bin bags. You never know when you might need them. When you're like going against all the prickly hedges, or when you're climbing over the little, I forgot what they're called, the gate things, you're going to rip. So make sure you bring multiple bin bags because yeah, you don't want your tent to fall out in the middle of the field and not realise. Also, my friend said that you should take a lot of socks. You might want to have 2 pairs of socks on at once. You might want to change them frequently if they get a bit soggy because you will go through some muddy and wet puddles, and you don't want to be walking all that distance just with all squelchy feet, do you? Also, make sure you take some form of entertainment because you're going to be feeling a bit down and you're not going to have your phones because you're not allowed your phones. So take some games, some card games, articulate. Don't take a big board game though, obviously, because that takes up loads of space. But, you know, you don't want to be bored in the campsite and be that one group that goes off to smoke weed with that scout camp thing. Make sure you use discount codes. You'll be given one, hopefully, when you start DOV, but make sure you keep that handy and use it, because otherwise you're going to be spending so much. We spent £275 in Go Outdoors. Oh my gosh. Although I did include buying my amazing yellow coat. 10 out of 10, you need to invest in a quick dry top. It's, you know, like a long sleeve top. Keeps you warm if you're warm, cool if you're cool. You can sweat right through it. Can't see any sweat patches. It's all good, amazing for whatever weather. You can wear it as like a base layer underneath your fleece and your coat. Amazing. On the practice expedition, everyone was jealous that I had it because everyone else was just sweating like, don't look at me. Also, make sure you take deodorant, probably an aerosol as well. You may be used to not taking it when you go places because it might set fire alarms off, but you're not going to have a fire alarm in the middle of a field, are you? And, you know, you're not going to smell that good after walking for 6 hours at least a day. Also, this is an important one. Learn about animals. Now, I don't want to scare you, but before DV, I looked up. Apparently, the most deadly animal in England is cows. Now, there are a lot of cows and sheep and stuff like that. And you're going to encounter some. You're going to have to walk through fields of horses, sheep and cows. Oh my gosh. Okay, I was lucky because one of my friends is like a farmer. Their brother's a farmer. They knew what they were doing. Research how to, you know, walk around some cows without them hating you, because on a practice expedition there was like a herd following me and then my tent poles fell out my bag and then I was like, oh gosh, because obviously I didn't want to die. Also, a head torch, that's one thing that I didn't have that I wish I did have, because you're not going to be able to see in a tent. Make sure you take some washing up stuff, preferably not new stuff. Make sure you take a few tea towels because they're going to get a bit soggy, and make sure you take some washing up liquid. Oh my gosh. Lots and lots and lots of food. So I ended up losing a whole bag of cheese. Now this had blocks of cheese, baby bells, cheese strings, a massive bag of cheese. I lost it. I found it later in the bottom of my bag, but I lost it. And I also gave a big tube of breadsticks to one of my friends because they had not packed enough food. And despite losing 2 of those, I still had plenty of food to eat. You think, oh yeah, fruit, healthy, yeah, well they won't get you calories. Nuts are very good because just have a handful and then you'll be full of energy and ready to go. If there's a group of 7 of you and you have 2 tranches and you're all cooking separate meals, it's gonna take forever to cook every single person's meal individually, so I'd recommend making group meals. So yes, please take my advice on board, as you will not regret it. You'll want every piece of advice you need when you're in the middle of the field regretting your existence. But don't worry, I survived, so you can too. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and watch my other videos. Thank you!